Ready. I don't do that. I do the at the end. Hey, pals. I only said it once though. Only one hey.
Do you hate saying 3 hays?
I just, that's your thing. I'm a single hey guy.
Hey, pals. This is episode 16 of my podcast. I'm Paige the Framer, and this is Paul Miller.
AKA Mr. Paige the Framer.
And we're sitting here chatting with you.
Yes.
Because I didn't have much going on this week as far as videoing, because I've been in full swing prep for the New Jersey Will Walk, which is coming up in 3 days.
And you knew all my fiber friends would miss me?
I knew all of his fiber friends would miss him.
Yeah, because they haven't seen me in a while.
I'm making him sit with me because I'm being needy.
Just being needy. It's okay. So what is the Wool Walk exactly? Explain it. So for someone who's not in New Jersey, what is the Wool Walk?
Babe, you're not interviewing me.
I'm interviewing you. Why not? I'm here. I got to do something.
You're just gonna be cute.
I just can't be the looks. No, you're the looks. Yeah.
Okay, so episode 16. I'm Paige the Framer. This is Paul Miller.
Hello.
I don't know why I always sound like making us start over. And so this episode has a bit of picture framing. I did a quick little, like 7-minute, 8-minute demonstration of hinging a piece of art to its mat and backer. And then I have shenanigans from the shop last week of just prep, getting ready for the shop. Paul Miller had to come in and fix the credit card machine.
Yeah. Paige had a credit card machine from 1986. And they're like, you can hook it to the internet now. I'm like, ooh. So now our charges go through and...
You sound like Cheech and Chong when you just said that.
Hey, you can use a new one now. So anyway, we upgraded.
Yeah, we upgraded.
And I had to run some cable, which you'll see.
Yes. Well, yeah, parts of. And then, yeah, and then just getting ready for the Wool Walk, which now I'll answer your question now.
So,
although I still didn't say all the stuff I'm supposed to say.
What else is supposed to say?
Like, where they can find me on the Instagrams, on Paige the Framer, and all that happy horse shit. Maybe we'll just, not do that this time.
Okay, we don't have to do this.
All right.
So am I going to ask you that question again?
Oh, they already know what the Wool Walk is. I've been, talking about it forever.
So
I guess that's that.
That's it? You don't want to talk about anything?
No, there's only 2 segments. It's the picture framing segment and the shenanigans segment. I wasn't going to show knitting because this week and next week is mostly Wool Walk stuff that I figured I would just, on this podcast of knitting and making, there's not much knitting. There's still lots of making going on. That's for sure. I definitely am still doing lots of making. There's been tons of picture framing. I made Mrs. Brown's bags. I can never say it right. I can never say anything right. I made fabric mats today. So I'm making stuff, but the knitting has kind of taken a back seat to all of the other making. So
it's understandable.
Right.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
So the Wool Walk is this Thursday?
Yeah, so the Wool Walk is this Thursday, April 19th through Saturday, April 22nd. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can tell you guys who's coming. So on Thursday, oh, you will be there, right? Not on Thursday.
I'll try. Maybe Saturday.
Actually, you need to be there because I think I will need you to like help with the cash register and.
Oh, great! You gotta trust me with that. I just hook it up. I just make it work.
Yeah, well, you need to work it.
Oh boy.
So yeah, on the 19th, there is an indie dyeing sister-in-law team. I think they're sister-in-laws. Yes, they are. Lattes and Llamas will be there. So they will be there with all of their yarny goodness, and you'll get to meet them. So that'll be fun. And then on Saturday, Simone from Cat Designs will be there. I'm very excited for you guys to meet her. She is very talented and her patterns are beautiful. I'm making one of her patterns right now. I said excited. Damn it. Miller told me I say I'm excited way too much.
No.
But I am excited. I am excited about Simone.
When you watch you do it over and over again on video, you start to realize, oh, I say that a lot. So that's all.
So
you're doing okay.
I am very happy to be hosting Simone. So yeah, Simone will be there on Saturday, and what's really cool, she's going to have her patterns and samples on display. She's going to have, I think she's going to have a special with some of them as far as like, sales. But then at 2 p.m. on Saturday, she's doing a demonstration of beaded knitting or knitting with beads. So if you guys are planning on being there on Saturday, try to get there for that demo.
Did you invite your friend Lucy Bacon?
Oh man, I should. Lucy Bacon makes beads.
Yes, Lucy Bacon has her own bead store in Point Pleasant.
Lucy's Bead Boutique.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I know there's a bunch of people who have planned on popping in to say hi and, all that good stuff. So hopefully, and that's the other thing I could use you for too, is if I am too busy to have video going, it would be really cool if you could just...
Video?
Yeah, I mean, even if it's like vlogish and next week, it's just snippets of what happens.
You okay if it's half of it's me?
You're such a ham.
Someone's got to liven up these videos just knitting, Someone's got to make it exciting. I'll have some explosions.
Explosions?
Yeah, we're going to make some good, fancy videos.
Explosions make good, fancy videos.
Yes.
Is that my soda?
No. Have you seen Mythbusters? They blow up everything. It's great.
Mythbusters. We're not blowing anything up. Yeah. Oh, and you'll get to see. I can see you.
Oh yes.
And then there's also on Sunday. So what do you say if I'm not going to say I'm excited?
I am very happy about, I'm enthused, I'm taking great joy in what's happening on Sunday. Sunday makes me happy because, how about that? I'm working.
Arrow Acres Farm will be there.
The girls.
Yes. So Liz, I don't know who else is coming. I think just maybe one of the three sisters. I'm not sure if Mom and Dad are coming because I feel like they have an alpaca event over the weekend.
And they just started their own podcast.
Yeah. So Arrow Acres Farm is an alpaca farm run by my friends, the family. And their new podcast is called Cocktail Hour at the Coop. I'm hoping to go have cocktails with them one time.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go have cocktails with them sometime.
But yeah, so they'll be there on Sunday. So if you would like to stop on, if you are coming by on Sunday, you can get to know them more about their farm, what they do with the alpacas. You can hear about all of the amazing things that they make and do because everyone in that family is a talented maker. Their dad is an amazing woodworker. They raise They have 50 alpacas.
50?
Well, 49.
Oh, sorry.
And then...
And chickens.
And chickens. But they also... chickens.
I got eggs one time. I'm excited about the chickens. Those are good eggs. Thank you for my eggs.
So, anyway, very talented family. Very cool setup over there in Wall Township. So, you can come and learn about them and be interested in seeing alpacas because they do have farm days.
Farm days are fun.
And their coop is open on the weekend, so you can pop in and see them. So yeah, and then I have raffles. I have 4. There's 4 days of the wool walk, so there's 1 raffle bucket for each day, and that is in this video you'll see at the end there is video of the buckets, and each bucket is a skein of yarn, some goodies, and some more goodies. And then there is the grand prize bucket. And the grand... What?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a grand prize.
Oh, yeah.
bucket.
So
That's
the grand...
There's 2 skeins of yarn.
No, there's 6.
What?
6 skeins of yarn.
That's a lot of yarn.
So Robin, who's my pal, she's one of my... So the yarn... Wait, okay, let's finish with Robin. Robin dyes yarn, and she sews project bags, and she's very talented. She's the one who dyed all the yarn for us for Rhinebeck. Remember the skein I brought home that she did for everyone?
Who is she on the
interwebs? Oh yeah, so on the interwebs she's Robin's Roost. And she's one of my Monday morning knitting pals.
Hey pals.
Hey pals. So she dyed up a sweater's quantity amount of yarn. And specifically she dyed it for the Zweig sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and the colors are beautiful. You'll see them at the end.
Caitlin's makes nice patterns.
She does make she makes very nice patterns.
Love them.
Yeah,
Fantastic. I love all her patterns. Go ahead.
And let's see, what was I saying?
Caitlin.
Oh yeah, so it's the Caitlin Hunter sweater. So if you win that prize, there's enough yarn there. She did 6 skeins, so there's enough to make the largest size sweater in the pattern. And then whoever wins, I will gift them that pattern so they can. It's the complete kit for that sweater. And then also in there, so the raffle gifts are a lot of things from my shop, but then also like Robin made the yarn, and then so all of my Monday morning knitting pals have helped me with this. So they all knitted coffee cozies, and I'm doing mason jars with straws with little cozies that go around the mason jar. So that they made, and then Betsy from my Monday morning knit group made stitch markers for them.
Nice.
I know. And then she made it for the 4 individuals, and then for the grand prize, Mary made stitch markers. And then Seashore Sharon sewed...
Oh, Sharon.
She sewed 4 yarn bucket bags for the individual days. They're really cute.
What?
I know. And then Allison from Days Lane Designs sewed up the project bag for the grand prize. So everyone pitched in.
Can we see that yet? Or is that something different?
No, that's at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I haven't shown. So as I'm filming this, I haven't seen Allison's bag yet.
Oh, so it's not the New Jersey bag.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not sure what bag it is.
Cool.
I just know. So all of the.
I'm excited.
All of the daily buckets are assembled. They're ready to go. It was the grand prize one that I still have to wait for Allison's bag, but I'll get that tomorrow. It's just I want to upload this.
Right.
So, yeah. So there's some snippets at the end here of what I just talked about. And like I said, I'm sorry there's no knitting this time. I just couldn't fit it in. And
you got stuck.
I mean, we just talked for 14 minutes. I guess we could have shown knitting, but next week. And I made Miller sit next to me because I've been feeling, I got home from work today and I'm feeling a little...
Overwhelmed?
No, anxious.
Anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Feeling very anxious. So I was like, Miller, sit next to me. I have to talk to the people.
Right. Because this is your first wool walk. Mm-hmm. What to expect? Who knows? Mm-hmm. How's it going to go? Who knows? Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
you got your pals egging on too.
I know. I have Christina from Chelsea Yarns, who's like
Christina's been really
my
cool.
biggest fan.
Yeah.
She's been so helpful.
Yeah, she's been very sweet.
Yeah. So visit Chelsea Yarns too.
Yes, Chelsea Yarns.
Is that, babe?
That's that.
Hey, pals. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to show you today how I do a simple hinge. A simple hinge is used for works on paper, and specifically works on paper that don't need any kind of TLC or museum mounting. So today I'm going to be mounting a wedding invitation. I'm going to be mounting a wedding invitation. So let's get to it. So I've got my mat, my backer board, I've got the wedding invitation itself, and then I have my hinges. So these are the hinges that will attach the piece to the board. And then I have the hinge that will hold the mat board to the backer board. And I already have cut my glass and my frame is all ready to go. So I kind of prepped all this before I recorded, just to make it easier on you guys. All right, so let's get started. So I am taking the tape. So this is an archival tape or a conservation tape. There's all kinds of different terminology you can use. But this tape, it's made by a company called Lineco. It's a Filmoplast. It's called Filmoplast P90. So it's a cotton-based or at least an acid-free tape. But it does have adhesive on it already. So anything with pre-moistened adhesive technically is not museum quality, but it is, for our purposes, good for conservation framing. Okay, so I've attached the hinges to the back of the piece, and I just do a very little bit at the top, maybe 1/8 of an inch, less than 1/4 of an inch at least on something this small, and the rest of the tape hangs up off of it. So this is ready to be attached to the backer board. So let me get rid of these little scraps. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to attach my mat to its backer board. And that I use a linen tape. Again, made by the same company, Lineco. Sometimes my fingers don't work and I can't get the adhesive. There we go. So when you're doing, this is a square piece. Usually you hinge on the long side, so you'd either do it on the left or the top. And the left is as if it were to be hinging like a book, so that this opens like it's a book. So I line the mat up with the backer board, and you'll see I have burnished that side, or the side that is on the backer board, and now I'm going to burnish it to the mat. And burnishing just makes sure that the adhesive is completely in contact with every bit of the frame, or the mat. Gosh, I really stink at talking. All right, so we've got our hinge. It opens like a book. In this case, because it's a square, you can either do it like a book or at the top. If this were a rectangle, it would depend on how the piece was laying. So if it were horizontal, it'd be a top hinge. And if it was vertical, it'd be a left hinge. Okay, so now we will place the invitation. I don't like to touch the front of the pieces with my bare hands. Even though my hands are clean, I prefer to use gloves. Just any oils on my hands could, you know, transfer to the piece. So wearing a pair of white gloves, white cotton gloves, is standard for picture framing. So this piece was hand painted, and these little pearls were hand done by a friend of the bride, I think. So I want to make sure that every bit of this painting is shown, because there's a lot of space at the top, empty space, so just to make sure everybody's seen. Okay, so that's all set. So next is putting weight, which I have to go over here for because I forgot to bring it with me. So then I put a piece of weight on top of this to make sure that it stays in place. And I always just put a piece of either a paper down or glassine, just to make sure nothing transfers to the artwork. So you'll see here that the hinges are sticking out of the, or out from behind the piece. And so that's where these pieces of tape come in. And so right at the top, right at the very edge of the piece, but not touching the piece. So nothing, no adhesive, no glue, no tape, no nothing will ever touch the front of the artwork. So this is a simple hinge. It's very similar to the process anyway of attaching everything is very similar to doing a museum hinge, except that the museum hinge I use rice paper, mulberry paper. I can't talk. And it's a Japanese paper anyway. And then I make the glue out of starch. So it's a longer process. It's a major process. So a lot of my customers don't necessarily need me to or want me to do that type of hinging, just because it is very costly. And so you want to make sure, you know, that everything's taken into account. So this is a gift, and the customer did not care to have a museum mat done. So, and then I'll just come back with the brush and make sure everything is clean. So when I cut the glass for pieces, I wear gloves as well to cut down on any transfer of oils onto the glass or just getting the glass dirty. So this glass has been cleaned already, and I'm just giving it a once over to make sure that it has been cleaned. Okay. So that's that. I'm all set to seal the frame packet, which is this, from the glass to the backer board. I'm ready to seal this down. Oops, no I'm not. You see that right there? A little piece of dust. Okay, now I'm ready to seal it. So that's how I do a simple hinge. I'll just give you a sneak peek of what the frame will look like with it. Cool. I hope you enjoyed that. Jerks.
Okay. You want to know how you're going to tell which one's the credit card machine cable?
Rest.
So one this is credit card machine.
Credit card machine. I know that's for the credit card.
Okay.
Rest.
No other cable. That one.
That one.
Don't mess it up.
Yes, sir. Paul Miller's working overtime.
Way overtime.
Way overtime. And I'm working on the maps. I'm not going to cut anymore tonight just because it's late and I don't want to mess them up. But look how good that looks. Yeah, that's all by hand. I don't use a computer cutter.
Usually, you're taking a video of me taking a picture.
Whatevs.
Why are you so weird?
Too bad you're all backlit.
Oh, I'm backlit. Oh, that's pretty.
You're pretty.
No. Shut up.
Sorry.
Don't say nice things to me.
Oh, that is a pretty picture.
That's pretty, right?
Yeah, I like it. I'm like up in your ear.
Great.
Eehaw!
Need a square one, too. Are you done taping me yet?
No?
No one wants to see the back of my head.
Yeah, they're seeing the top of your head.
Awesome, even better. They'll be like, somebody tell Allison she needs to dye her hair.
Guys, look what she did. Allison made a New Jersey bag. That looks beauts.
With Katrinkles. This is Katrinkles right here.
Katrinkles right there.
Katrinkles right there. She makes the cute stuff.
Yeah, she does.
Thanks, Katrinkles.
That's pretty cute.
I like it.
I am working today. It is the Monday before the wool walk. And, pardon, I am getting some of my fabric wrapped mats ready for the weekend. I wanted to have some of these available for anyone who was interested in buying them. So these are the, which I guess it would have made sense if I had brought a finished one back here to show you. Anyway, this is the fabric scraps that I received from Mrs. Brown, from her Mrs. Brown's bags. So this is her drop-offs, her leftovers that she doesn't use for the bags. So I have a bunch left over from the last batch she sent me, so I wanted to, if I had time, make up a bunch, and I have time. So I am just mounting the fabric right now, and then once the fabric's mounted, I will just cut everything and get the fabric attached to the mats. These are really fun. I love this part of my job. The fabric wrapped mats has always been something I've loved doing. A lot of times I'll wrap fabrics for two different reasons. There's a traditional method of doing it with linens to put around beautiful watercolors and works on paper. And then also a more decorative way is mounting fabrics that people use for their home decor. So if they have leftover, you know, drape fabric or cushion fabric, and they just want to have a cute little accent in the room, I can take that fabric and wrap a mat as well. So when I saw Mrs. Brown's bags, I kind of had the idea, like, that would be really cool on a mat. And I asked her what she thought, and she thought it was great and sent me off a bunch of the fabric. So yeah, I like tying in the framing and the yarn. Obviously, it's my two favorite things. So thought you would like to see what I was up to. Lots of fun wool walk things happening. All right, ciao.
All right, pals. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for joining, and subscribe.
Yep. Hit the like button. Ring the bell. All the stuff that they say.
Ring the bell.
I don't know this.
Whatever. We'll definitely catch you next week. I think next week's video should be better, considering that it's the week of the wool walk.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll get some footage.
Mm-hmm. We'll put Paul Miller to work.
Put me to work. That's what she always does.
I do.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Or should we should I say instead, watch all of the, should I cut this part out and just say, oh, forget it.
You're going to cut in something.
There'll be no editing.
Clown Town up in there.
Clown Town.
It's the end now. Thanks for joining us, pals. It's great to see everybody. Glad we can hang out.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I missed you all. Maybe I did.
A little over the top.
You're over the top.